Alright, there we go.
Yeah, anyway, all you crazy parents out there, as much as you don't want to admit it, they're like pets. Pets are like kids. Not all the way. You could probably have like 4 dogs to 1 kid or something, maybe. I don't know the ratio, depending on the dog and kid.
Sometimes,
how easy they are.
I'm not going to lie, sometimes when I see parents with their little leashes, I'm reminded of the comedian who's like, oh, it's so cute. Is it a rescue? And it's the child and, parents get offended. That's awesome.
When I was younger, when I first saw the little child leash, I thought it was terrible. I did. And then 5 years later, when I actually had to chase a child, I was like, God, why don't you have a leash on this kid? It's true.
Dude,
kids are quick.
I'm still thinking that it's terrible. I prefer my children free range.
I get it. Some people just don't have that mental awareness. And then also, if you're over here not paying attention and your kid's running in the other direction, that's just straight negligence, isn't it?
Yeah, it is to a degree. Like, if anything happens to that child, I'm sure.
Yeah, be like, oh, I was talking to the sales rep. Like, no one will,
You're totally negligent. But then again, you could still have your child on a leash and be absolutely oblivious to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, but they're doing it within 3 feet from you.
Yeah.
There's some pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah, 3 feet from you could be the knife blocks. You never know.
As much as it is controversial and goes into a different society, which, we really need a different way of running this world, people. You need to take some sort of basic test or some education. Like, you need to pass some sort of course before you can legally have... I'm serious, man.
A parental license?
Yeah! You're like, I've taken my course. I know how not to shake my baby to death when it screams. And, I've gone through the basic fucking choking hazards. And, seriously, you need to take some fucking... I think everyone needs to be on birth control until, you can't. I'm like, nope. You have to prove you can fucking really take care of, you know what I'm saying? Not
I'd
just
have spent the first 20 years failing that test over and over and over again.
Yeah, some people just want to fuck. They should just be able to fuck. Whatever. Fine.
There it is.
But having babies, I don't know about that. Because, as much as I want people to grow and succeed, and I look over and I see people and I think of that song, Only Stupid People Are Breeding. Motherfuckers got 5 kids and none of them are going to produce or be any sort of worthwhile contribution to our society. And it's like, fuck, man.
To me, that's a certain aspect of our society's agenda. We just want to produce blind consumers, so we're going to keep the population stupid by not funding education.
Truth.
I know, right? We just turned it into politics real fucking fast.
Political, as much as people don't want to shy away from that. Welcome to the real world, guys. Money, what's happening in your real world, what shit affects you. You want to ism politics or whatever you want to throw on that, not to pay attention. Go back to your sports. Thank you very much.
The Roman Colosseum.
What now? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But in all honesty, I really do think that that's part of an agenda of a certain political affiliation. You just produce blind, stupid consumers that just go about their day buying whatever they can and not putting forethought into it. And there you go. That's the poverty issue in a nutshell. Just ignorance. Done.
Honestly, it is true. The amount of money that cycles through a regular person and what we spend because of society. Mm-hmm. We all know it's easier to go buy a fucking chicken breast and some rice and cook it, but no, I want to go buy some McDonald's.
Yeah.
Quicker, faster.
And not cheaper anymore.
Dude, the Big Mac was like $15 or something.
Did you see the video I came across my feed this week in the YouTube Reels where this dude literally puts the McDonald's menu next to this, I don't know if it's a Asian style of restaurant or what, but he's like, the wok meal is $16, the Big Mac is $15, the wok is probably better quality food, and you could get 3 meals out of what they're providing. They will literally divide it up into 3 meals for you for $16.
Oh wow.
And you could have a Big Mac.
Or you could have a Big Mac. Big Mac. It's not even food.
No, it's not.
It's not even real food.
I'm not going to lie. I spend so much time going through drive-thrus. I'm not not even satisfied anymore. Like, I'm literally just ordering the salads and the grilled chickens.
Dude, I can't even go to a regular restaurant. The last few times I went out to sushi, it was trash.
Really?
Like, it was just like garbage, dude. Like, the eel was so fucking cold. I didn't even have the heart to complain to them. I just didn't want to, because they're probably in their mind like, nobody else fucking cares. Yeah, the quality of food and everything has gone to shit because people are literally just going to take whatever they get, and corporations are like, we don't even need to be nice to you anymore. Fine.
Yeah, you're going to take it and you're going to like it.
Dude, my work is, oh my God, when I literally cannot believe this circus. Like, I've told you stories before, right? Mm-hmm. I remember being traumatized, like literally traumatized by my supervisor one time because one of my employees wasn't using the scoops, the correct portions or whatever. They were just using their hands, and I got yelled at for quality control and etc. Right? Yeah, we know this story, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I come in the other day after my little sabbatical. I look over our little prep bar. There is a laminated, beautifully edited little sign that says, "This is a small handful. This is a big handful. There's handfuls, please." And then the bottom of it, they're like, "These are the scoops and what sizes we believe a handful is." And I'm like,
it's because they probably couldn't solve that problem on the corporate level. On like
no. It's
multiple scales.
It's because they understand that it's not happening. There's no point in enforcing it. And this is the most important. The customer doesn't even notice and or care that my handful with the correct amount of meat versus that little girl's handful with his half the amount of meat, they don't notice.
Yeah.
So why give you more product if you don't even notice?
Yeah.
There's no quality control. They don't give a shit. It's all about skimming as much as they can off of the fucking food. I've seen people put pepperonis on there, and I'm like, you literally put half as much on as you're supposed to. And no one said anything for months to these kids. Now customers don't notice. And I'm like, you're literally just buying cheese and bread and a little bit of meat now. And I'm like, no. So you know what I started doing? I started putting half the amount of pepperoni on my pizza.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I literally, like, people come in, I don't even count their money. You walked up and handed me a handful of fives, you're like 40 on 5. I'd be like, cool, take it, shove it right in my drawer. Could have been 30. I don't know. I'm serious. I don't care at all.
That's why you're getting passed up.
No.
Just saying.
No, God, no. I'm out, Brandon. I made specifically sure. I was like, is everything good? Am I fine? And so I asked for a transfer. And before this, I asked and I came back and he's like, hey, just so you know, Matt quit. And I was like, cool, that's awesome. It would solve all my problems. I was like, but this is also what I'm going to face right now. I was like, if they pass me over again and I'm still stuck in this store, I was like, what is the point of me being here? I was like, I'm not being promoted. I've done my servitude. I've proved everything to you guys. People are literally getting fucking shot here. What is the point of me being here? Can I just have a little break?
Damn.
Dude, yeah, I talked to the kid. This kid, 20-year-old kid, and I can look into this legally. My job had him power wash brain matter and blood off of the fucking place where the guy got shot. The fucking goddamn asphalt. The kid had to fucking do it. And I was like, were there brain parts? He's like, well, there were like little chunks stuck to the ground, but it was all dry. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's not like a biohazard?
It's not a biohazard. He's not in his job description. He's not trained to handle that shit mentally. He's got, the shit was probably misting up into his face. We have no blood test for the kid. Like, the kid can have hepatitis C now from breathing in fucking diseased blood fumes, and they don't care. They have no fucking concern for that. I want to know what dipshit thinks that is okay to have some kid do that.
Damn.
I thought it was a rumor when at the other store that a customer shot someone at the drink module, right? And someone told me I had to clean up. I thought they were joking, but I'm going to get a hold of that kid again. I'm like, you need to give me your statement on everything you fucking did because this is wrong. Not only are they being cheap as fuck about it, but it's just wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and I want to know, because I know that there's a threshold with something like, say, if something happened in our house, you're not allowed to clean it up. You have to call someone to do that.
Well, we were talking about the crime scene cleaners that go into hotels a while ago, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, and again, I text Jose because it happened on a Monday. And again, sorry to name drop you there, buddy, but I think you did a really shitty job. I don't know what the fuck you were doing for 9 hours reviewing my invoices when you could have called my team and explained to them what happened and or moved us around properly until we showed up to the store and figured out what was going on. Seriously, I looked at him, I was like, you've been here all night and you literally talked to me about 4 invoices that weren't done last week. That's what your fucking priority is here? Are you serious, Jose?
I think
You're a fucking
trying to get
idiot.
rid of you.
No, he's a fucking idiot. He had no idea what he's doing. I've been involved in scenarios like that. I was the manager on fucking duty. I had to find out from a fucking employee, regardless of whether he was there or not. Like that, I literally walked in, I'm like, what fucking shit show are you in charge of here? Oh, we faced the store for you. I'm like, who fucking cares? You faced the store, dumbass.
Are we still talking about the gunshot incident? Like,
Yeah,
he's
at my
worried
fucking
about
store.
invoices?
Yeah, he was there all night from fucking 9:30 until 5:30 in the morning. And he's like, oh, we faced the store for you, and I did some invoices, and I'm like, so? Like, what? Like, that's cool and all. You kept yourself busy, but...
And what about the brain matter on this concrete? What are we doing about that?
They had a kid fucking power wash it up. And I'm serious. I'm just like, what in the... I just don't understand. I'm just like, what? Not only that, but just the lack of communication. Like, I had to find out brushing my teeth in the morning from an employee being like, hey, I'm being refused from the store. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Refused?
So,
like, couldn't get into the store?
He tried to come in the NA. The NA told her to go to 53. And I'm like, why the fuck is my NA telling my clerk what to do? What? So I call up the store, and I'm like, blank. I won't say her name. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, there's a security issue. And I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, there's a security issue. And I'm like, what is going on? She's like, the supervisor's here. And I'm like, oh, fine. Okay, cool. I don't have to worry. But, like, you know what I mean, decisions or someone's in charge of it or whatever. This is why you're saying it. Cool. And I hang up the phone. I'm like, cool. Someone must have died because they sent someone to another store. And I'm brushing my teeth. And then I stop and I'm like, is this what it is now? I'm just...
Somebody must have died. I'm okay with that. Brushing my teeth, gonna go into the work. Did they refuse you when you got there?
No. And that's also like, I fucking come in the fucking store and talking to Megan, and then Jose finally pops his head. I just feel like it was such a shit show. Like, they let you let the managers come in, Jose. The guy, Jordan, who was doubled, who literally came in 2 minutes before me, and yet 30 minutes before that, you told one of our clerks to go to another store, which, again, makes no fucking sense. So, again, it just gives me the overall impression like he had no idea what he was doing. And all the time that he's been in Quick Trip, and on top of that, any sort of supervisor, I just feel like them fucking guys just not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
You gotta remember that the mics are hot, homie.
Good. I fucking hope he hears it. I fucking hope it comes across his desk one day, because this is a private conversation. And I would love to look the guy in the eye and be like, yeah, I think in my 10 years versus your 14 being there, I think I could have done a way fucking better job than you did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, your head is up your ass. Everyone knows it and feels it, how you don't give a fuck, Jose.
Damn! Welcome to the Toast of the Wyrd podcast. Having a little therapy session today.
It's not his last name. There's tons of Jose's.
I feel you. All right.
And again, I would love to see some sort of protocol or question Quick Trip, or, just, again, why your priority went the way it was. It kind of felt like another manager came into my store and was helping out, not a supervisor,
Yeah, well, they all have to start as a supervisor, don't they?
No. It's just certain, I don't know. Again, if I was at your store for 9 hours, I think I might have been like, you know what? Just a heads up, Wayne, I wanted to let you know something happened in your store. I'm on top of it, but just to keep you in the loop.
Right? Like, hey,
fuck.
Just a little issue. Just a minor issue we'll talk about when you come in. And then you come in. By the way, somebody shot somebody else.
Well, and again, you know what else, too? This also makes me think that, again, how much he had awareness of the situation. He told me from his fucking mouth, 2 people died and another person got shot. Come to find out, 1 person died. Did you even know what the fuck is going on at the time when you're standing there?
Oh, that's absolutely clueless on the part of the manager.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
Superintendent, supervisor, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm just like, anyway, whatever. No, yeah, anyway, off on that tangent.
I know, this took a weird-ass turn. I didn't even know that that's where we're going to go. But you need to vent, like, wow, brain matter on the concrete being cleaned up by some kid in his 20s. Like, how much is that going to mess you up?
That's why I was talking to him, and he was like, he didn't even look like he realized at the time how much, because he was like, yeah, huh, and he started just kind of shaking a bit. And I was
disassociated for a little bit. Like, I'm cleaning up somebody's dead brain matter.
Yeah, dude, like, seriously. There was I tell you about the violent stabbing with one of our employees 2 weeks before that, a week and a half before at the Wilmot location, the one I was just at. So again, I'm still piecing and not 100% because I've gotten kind of different reports. So either the kid was off the clock or he followed a guy outside the store after confronting him in the bathroom. I'm not 100% sure. But he did leave the store. He got knifed the fuck up, came back into the bathroom, tried fixing himself, passed out on the floor from blood loss, and a customer found him.
An employee.
A customer found him. Yeah, one of our employees, yeah.
Your employee got stabbed, laid out
brutally
in the bathroom, and a customer found him
he was
laying
on
in
fucking, yeah. He's not dead, he was in the hospital. And then while he was in the hospital, Quick Trip's like, hey, you know that policy? You're not supposed to leave the store? Cool, you're fired. For that exact reason. You are not supposed to follow someone outside the store because of that exact reason. Because you can get hurt, because liable. He could have been killed, someone else could have been there, so... At first, I was told he got, like, mugged on his way to his car. And then I got told that he was on the clock, confronted some customer, like, followed them out of the store.
Was there any, like, video cameras?
I don't have access to that. I did see from some security or from someone, I can't remember, the scene in the bathroom from his blood. It looked like a fucking movie scene, dude. There was blood, like, everywhere on the thing. It was, like, smeared on the wall, like, on the fucking, like he was bleeding a lot.
Right, like, I'm just thinking, like, maybe this is a true crime podcast because we're still kind of building the plane in the air. I'm like, no, this isn't a true crime. This, like, actually happened to you at your place of employment. I just wonder, like, how many other stories are out there that just don't see the light of day. They're like, oh, yeah, Tom got stabbed last night because he was chasing a beer runner, but then he got fired. So fuck that guy for not following company policy. How dare you not toe the line?
I was talking to some recently promoted 2A at a store, and I told him about that incident, and I told him about the one, and he was going off about some violent issue with a customer, but I was like, I would love to hear. I was like, but I can't process that right now. I was like, I will have to find out about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said violent, but customer, I literally had to stop him in his track. I was like, I cannot process it. I'm still processing these last two things.
Damn.
So again, like I just told him, I was like, look, I just, with everything going on, and, I was like, I stuck it out. I was like, but there's just a number of reasons why I think it's good for me to just be transferred out of here, guys. I was like, I've done everything for you, and, I don't think it's going to matter what store I sit at while they pass me over, like. I told him, I was like, it doesn't matter. I was like, I'm going to move up to the north side anyway, so I want to get closer that way. So, and then on top of that, your guys' is... Like, the amount of abuse that goes on in this store to this girl and between this kid is just astonishing. And everyone's just like, oh.
The amount of abuse that goes on between this girl and this kid? Go deeper into that. What's up with that?
We've had 3 managers, as far as I know, involved in this issue. This one girl, who shall be unnamed, and her chauffeur shall be unnamed. He literally does not have a job. She pays all their bills. He just, drives her...
To work?
Because he won't let her get a license. She pays all their shit constantly. A couple times throughout the year, she's been freaking out because he spent all of their money on weed or something. They've had multiple spats in the store. He's thrown towels at her. He anytime they work together, it's like a huge domestic fucking screaming match every time they're together.
So he's employed by Quick Trip.
Some place that I don't work at, yes.
You already named it.
Yeah.
You already named it. So they're both employees of this facility.
Yeah, you know what they did? So, because every time they work together, they freak out. So now he gets 1 4-hour shift a week, and he gives away or whatever. So he doesn't even really work there. And I went to go pick her up that day because they sent her to thing, and I'm like, hey, do you want to come back to the store or whatever? She's like, well, he can't drive. Can I get a ride? I was like, I can pick you up. No big deal. So I left the store, go pick her up, and she's crying. She comes out to the truck or whatever. She's all crying and shit. And I'm like, what? And I hear him beating shit up behind me with a stick or pipe or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to park my car, but it was still in drive, so I went to roll a little bit. I was going to get out and, quote unquote, like a man, discuss the situation with him.
Educate? No, this is my side. You take your side.
Yeah, my side. So I told him also, look, guys, another reason why I can't be at the store is I'm not going to be privy to any more domestic violence between these two. Well, they don't work together. I'm like, that doesn't matter. It's like I'm not going to worry that are those hickeys or fucking strangle marks on her neck. Come on. It's obvious. You guys know what's going on here, and the only thing you can tell me is, oh, they don't work together. Come on.
I don't even know where to begin with all of that. So why did you want to get a franchise? Why did you want to buy a franchise?
Thank you.
That's the whole reason why I went Mike's Hot as soon as we did. And now we just went on this whole tirant of how your workplace
is just nuts, man.
Well, when you get into the weeds of anything, it just becomes ridiculous.
Aw, Cavalier King Charles. Good dogs. Good old people dogs. I want one of those when I get older. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. They're right there. 2 of them.
Right on. So, you found a franchise.
So I've been looking at some different ones. I won't say the name of this one because that's still in the business aspect of it. But
we could talk about the numbers. Or you feel okay talking about the numbers?
So it's 50,000.
And the industry. We could talk about the industry and the numbers.
I don't know. It's still kind of it is one of those things that to where will it drop off as a fad or will it continue as a way of consuming? And the way I kind of looked at it is the way they described it. They're like, oh, people are eating this way. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been eating that way my whole life. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it seems like a really, really reasonable franchise, which is why I wanted to bring it up.
Hello.
Morning.
I'll pet your dog if she comes near me. I'm going to do it.
She's usually pretty social girl.
No, it's okay. I understand.
Not today.
Do you want to see?
Yeah, totally Bruce has a boxer face.
Yep. Hi, puppers. No? Okay.
You guys have a good morning.
All right. So it's in the restaurant industry.
Yes.
I think we've reached the 20-minute mark. Let's blip and then come
blip.
back.
Blips and chips.
Yeah, we're going to blip.
You 2 months. Don't finish it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we blipped. All right, so you found a franchise that you feel comfortable with because it's something that you can consume.
Oh, I'm passionate about
The market has been tested in a bigger city, right?
It's like it's a fairly new franchise, which also will really help out with not only getting in the kind of ground level, but the sales and everything. And it does look really nice.
This literally sounds like when I was like, hey, look at this rage room concept. Wouldn't it be cool? And then everybody around me went, nah, that's not cool. And I went, okay. And they literally opened up a rage room right down the street.
I never see
And it's been there for like 7 years. It's been there forever.
I don't do anything there. It's always just closed.
No, it's open. It's open, but you got to go during the entertainment. Like, I've seen people parked in that sumbitch. And then I was like...
on Broadway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's name names.
Well, fuck, you already have my fucking business out
This is what we're giving away. Where we're at, well, I'm pretty sure anybody that has any kind of like hacksmith ability is going to be like, we could find them just based on where they upload from via the cell phone signal of where the update was.
Yeah, it's just venting. Who knows?
Anybody who wants to can figure it out.
Podcast. Chill out, Jose. Just chill out, Jose.
So, you know what else, Fouts?
Serious.
That's what new segment. Just chill out, Jose. Suck a fart and raise a glass and just chill out, Jose.
You know, if you're in a position of leadership and authority and you can't take a little bit of criticism or venting from somebody underneath you, then you shouldn't have that fucking position.
No, you shouldn't. You're right.
You can't be ready to defend your own decisions in an honest way, then yeah, that's your fucking fault.
It also sounds like the axe throwing idea that I had more recently. And then you know who's going to open up an axe throwing facility that I won't be able to compete with? That major franchise in Arizona. They're going to open it up. The Roadhouse franchise. They're going to open up like this axe throwing entertainment facility right where I said it'd be an awesome place to have, right between Davis-Monthan and the University of Arizona.
Oh wait, didn't that happen?
Yeah, we're just name dropping. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go!
Are they profitable or how are those people doing?
I don't know yet because they're supposed to like break ground this year and then do whatever after that. So I just want to say, as an encouraging thing, take that ball and run with it. Because you had the right idea, like up in that area, up in the other area, and up in those certain zip codes, it might do well.
2, maybe 3, because you could do Oro Valley and then far east side.
Yeah.
And depending on close to maybe Green Valley.
I'm telling you, anything north is going to do well. Anything on the east side will probably do well as well.
I think a lot of actually too, because you talked about that and all these ideas, I think a lot of what this is feeling so comfortable going through some of the cards, going through some other scenarios, because really it's that big, as someone said to me, leap off the cliff kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, what is it? The wantrepreneur versus the entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Philosophy that Hermosi dictates a lot out there. Plus, in the early days of the podcast, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who we are and what we're broadcasting. There's no facade to it at all.
Dude, our other 2 listeners better know who we are.
Yeah, to our other 2 listeners, hit me up. We want to know who you are. I want to hook you up with something. Like a shirt that says, I was the first Wyrd toaster.
Ah, that's a good one. I like that.
No, that sounds awful. That sounds like that one cartoon from back in the day where the toaster's walking through with an adventure of other
the Brave Little
household
Toaster
items.
is a fucking classic.
There you go.
Do not snub on the Brave Little Toaster.
Oh, I'll snub on whatever I want to snub on. But it was a weird cartoon. But, so, let's just call it the restaurant industry. We got to figure out what the business model is, how the product is delivered, price points for such things. But after doing some research into it, feel good at pulling the trigger, do it.
I looked into it a lot, and honestly, I'm gonna get in the meeting, and I'll probably have to go the whole Zoom thing, because I'm like, why the fuck do I need a Zoom call with you guys? We're already talking, but apparently you need to see someone's face, I guess.
Yeah, I Zoomed with the Rage Room people, and they were so excited to take my money, and then I was stopped because it was risky. It was only $5,000. Like, I could be throwing axes at plates right now as a job and be like, I get paid for this. This is awesome. Ah, boom.
Did I stop you? Or was it your wife who stopped you?
Huh?
Who stopped you?
There was a whole lot of people around me that I shouldn't have listened to and done it anyway. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Got it. Sorry you listened to me.
So, the number one lesson from that is don't be afraid. Just, use that fear and be successful at it.
Also, though, too, it's not just a good idea, I think, maybe waiting around for, but how passionate 100% are you about those things? Good ideas, sure. Business, absolutely. But again, passionate. I know throwing things, but again, how far can you take that?
Targeted. The axe throwing league, there's a national axe throwing league. There's all kinds of stuff to get. There's all kinds of different modalities and ways to get people into the sport and then hooked on it, from amateur competition nights where there's a $50 prize or whatever the case may be, to like actual national championship events that go on.
Nice. Okay.
But from the research that I've been watching, the axe throwing league is like getting greedy because it's getting popular. Because this is very much a Joe Everyman kind of sport, You don't have to have like 6-pack abs and like 30 years of working out so you look totally jacked. That way you just, right? You could literally just pick up an axe and throw it and hit a target. If you're good at it, you'll be good at it no matter what your body type is. There's no body shaming in that. Because I've seen some dudes and some chicks that are like, wow.
Pear-shaped?
They are very pear-shaped. But wow, like they can compete in the sport. It's very inclusive.
Everything gets its own league. We love betting on everything.
Oh yeah.
The last time when there was a pope, people were betting on who the pope was going to be?
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. And what was really shitty? And he mentioned this. I never thought about you don't think about it until it's brought in your face, and afterwards you can't erase it.
What's that?
And he was just like, the likelihood of the Pope being black was like all the way down here, and I was like, that's true. I don't have a black Pope already. Goddammit! Like what the fuck? Like
God's vessel can't be black. That's just not a part of the agenda.
Yeah, that was some fucked up shit. And the guy's like, all the popes or all the candidates and everything. And he's like, what's his name from Ethiopia? He's like, whatever chance. I was like, that's
terrible.
Fuck, bro.
That's terrible. Because they all lock themselves in a room and they're like, we're not leaving here until we have a pope.
And again, it's still kind of controversy, again, how they do whatever. Again, they're all probably sitting around being like, I got dirt on you. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was about to say, that reminds me of the Medici series.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, all right, now we're going to do the thing. And
I bought you off. You're fucking your daughter. I know that. I got you blackmailed. You're over here pedo.
Whoa.
Yeah,
there's a
like
there's a pedophile.
They're like, who doesn't have dirt on me? No one? I guess I'm the Pope.
Or I have the most dirt on everyone else.
Yeah.
Hello, American military, in all your glory.
I don't believe in countries, and I'm sorry. You've read the book, 1984. God damn it, we live in Oceania and Pacific, whatever, and fighting, and then your friend the next week, whatever.
Yep.
Fucking no one knows.
They're invisible lines on the patches of dirt. I've gone through. I've been going down weird rabbit holes with the entertainment that I consume.
Dude.
So there's all kinds of like the Anunnaki stuff. There's one guy, I don't know his name. I'm not going to name drop, but there's one guy who's like, yeah, and then the Anunnaki basically live in this section of space, and they came down and they're like, we're going to let you make humans to do our labor for us. And I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. I mean, makes about as much sense as the invisible, all-powerful thing in the sky alien space bats.
Oh, the Sky Dad?
Yeah, Sky Daddy. Which makes sense. And then even on that, he's like, remember, all gods are men. All powerful gods are men. They're not women. Yeah.
I was talking to someone about doing some church. And they were like, you believe in Jesus? And I was like, I believe there was a person who had a great message, and he did his best to propagate that. And then 2,000 years of the game telephone happened.
Yep. That's what I subscribe to as well.
There is a lot of accurate information, and there's a lot of like twisted garbage. And
you know what it boils down to?
Take out a third of the story.
All of the isms boil down to don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's right. Don't be a dick.
They want to be in charge and in power, and they want to be the biggest dicks in charge.
It's
like,
true. You're right. Yeah.
Why?
It's we all let it. It's like literally there's 50 people around, and we're all like listening to one fucking person, and we're like, why are we listening to this one fucking person?
Because if anything goes wrong, we need someone to blame.
And then it's just all about it. We've been conditioned.
And then they get rid of that one person and replace them with another person. Like, Bob didn't do well. Let's try Charlie. What happened to Bob? Shut up. He got murked. I mean, he got voted out.
His water has been collected by the tribe.
His water has been collected by the
shit,
tribe.
You seen the second Dune yet? Again?
No, I haven't seen the second Dune.
Okay, so that's a common thing in the Herbert trilogy. When he talks about it, it's like his body was his, but his water belongs to the tribe. So when you die, they like fucking drain all your water out of your body.
Whoa!
I mean, we're 70% fucking water, right?
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
desert, I mean, why let that shit go to waste?
The whole premise behind that is like it's a desert planet, and water is like the most precious resource, right?
Yep, gold.
Huh.
Yep. I mean, again, like there's a lot of stuff the way we live and do and think and just. It's really fucked, honestly. We really do need to have everything just ripped apart and shaken down and fucked up. But you know what?
Try it over again. You want to get rolling? Do we got to get moving? It's about half hour.
Let's roll that way.
All right.
Greeny thingies. Name dropping.
Yeah, here I am. I was all prepared because I really like the Ninjas Are Butterflies podcast. I'm like, wow, we could do something similar to that with our podcast. And I'm like, did you know there's things? And then I'm like, some 20-year-old kid had to clean up brain matter.
I think we're like not on the same professional atmosphere, like not yet, but we're definitely on that same like right there. We could totally do a collab, and I think it'd be great. I'm serious.
They could totally help us out.
They could absolutely. They could help us out, and they could springboard us, and then we could, I'm sure someone helped them one,
Yeah, I'm just saying we got to get the multimedia strategy going. Mm-hmm. YouTube.
We got to find some 17-year-old Filipino kid who wants to earn $50 a month by being our media manager.
Dude.
Yeah, we just gotta.
And then he'd be living like a king because the dollar stretches so much further over there. And then next thing you know, we're living over there like, hey, I could live on $3 a day.
Your Doberman Pinscher is beautiful. Amazing dog. Want a Doberman Pinscher.
I want a good German Shepherd, man.
There's a fucking homeless lady who's coming in with his puppy. She's like, he got hit by a car. I can't find his home. And I'm like, I'm totally going to make a wanted poster. I'm like, I found his home, man. Here, I'll give you the $50 reward. Here you go. I'll take him back for you. No worries. I'm fucking not kidding at all. The dog was awesome. He was licking me. He was like in my lap and shit. And I was like, you don't want to go with this lady, do you? give me a fucking Doberman Pinscher puppy. Like 9 months old. He's like this big.
Damn.
Beautiful. He's full red. I like the black better, but he's a fucking beautiful animal.
You just have all kinds of animals fall into your lap that way, don't you?
I just can't fucking... I'm not that kind of guy. Like, driving down the road, I cannot just fucking drive by on this fucking stray dog. I just can't do it.
Yeah, but a stray human, you could just cuss them out and drive right past, huh?
Yeah, you want to know why? That motherfucker can go do exactly what I'm doing. Seriously, if I stopped right now, went naked, went on the fucking street, within like 2 weeks, I could have a shitty fucking job, be okay.
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to that knowledge thing. And education, remember?
I don't know, not even that, dude. There's a lot of really just bullshit basic jobs. And honestly, a lot of it is people don't want to do or don't want to deal with, don't want to get up. And I get that. It's shitty, but no, I have, my family tragedy. I have no remorse for fucking people anymore like that. No, like not whatsoever.
Yeah.
I've gone through holy fucking hell, and lots of our life is in your fucking hands. Mistakes happen. Yes, but it's our choice to continue shitting those fucking mistakes out. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox.
No, it's cool. I think you took the lead on this episode for the most part. Like, I love it.
I got a lot of...
What am I doing? I'm just
bubbling.
asking questions and contributing flavor noises. Yeah!
Also, a big reason with the whole franchising thing. Like, I would like to be able to reach some sort of level, like the owner of it. Like, we could do that. We do that together, and not have to worry about, just. Besides, that's kind of like the ultimate goal, anyway, wouldn't it be? Like, I'm gonna need whatever. No, versus, yeah, I own my own shit. What? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I own.
That fucking. That would be sick.
Yeah.
You got time and.
I own Rage Room Inc.
Yep.
Yes.
Just move on, and I don't know, just something.
Yes.
Man, thinking really hard. I'm like, I could cash my 401k, get another 100 fucking financing, and just fucking do it, man. I don't know.
There it is. See, that's what's holding me back is the money. Mm-hmm. I don't have the funds for all that, and then some,
Well, with some of this and it being such a new market and the experience that we could bring to the table, honestly. And again, I include us with everything I do, Wayne. You're always welcome, whether you want to or not. You're my business partner, so.
Ha!
I'm serious,
Yay!
but that's how I describe you. My good friend Wayne, I'm known forever, my business partner. We do business together.
That's great. My wife describes us as my hetero life mate. That's totally not gay, but if given the chance, he'd leave me for him.
You know something else I found out a lot? Women are very, very intimidated by men's relationship with each other.
Really?
Like, very much so.
That's
you know
weird.
what else? She said, she's like, I thought you were gay for your friend Keith. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you were hanging out with him. I'm like, always hanging out with him? I was like, I didn't see that guy for 2 years when I was with you. What are you talking about?
It's just...
Seriously, like, I don't know if it's just nowadays or whatever, but women are very, very concerned with their men being gay.
Weird.
Yeah, and I was just like, what are you talking about?
They're so
like,
threatened.
I'm not concerned with you fucking your friend, female. Like, yeah.
Maybe it's
weird.
because it's more accepted now than it was back in the 80s or 90s.
So, again, did women just, like, the bromance is a joke? I don't know. I don't know. And then, also, too, I was just trying to explain this to someone. I'm like, it's totally different from a guy from a girl. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I could have sex with a girl? I'm like, yeah, that's not threatening at all. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah,
Do you agree or... Yeah, exactly. To some degree or another, it is completely different. So I can understand maybe while you would feel threatened with your man leaving you for a man. I get that.
Maybe it's because they don't want to be the last woman a guy stands with. Like, he was so turned off by me, he went to men.
Because again,
maybe it's something like
doesn't
that.
affect the men the same way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and then she's now with chicks. They'd be like, yeah, whatever, right? Like, there was no, like, ego damaging to that. Like, I guess kind of a little maybe, but not as much, I guess, for a woman. If he were like, yeah, now he's gay, he left me, that would probably destroy you as a woman. Versus like, yeah, I was with her, but then she, liked girls more or whatever. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's that big of a, like, a letdown. Or
as big of an ego blow when a woman leaves a man for a woman.
Yeah.
As the inverse would be
you're in
true.
your mind, you're like, I get it. Women are hot, Yeah. Right? I'm serious. Women are the more attractive sex. Deal with it.
There you go.
So when you get left for, you're just like, yeah, okay, cool. But I guess if your guy turned gay, you'd be like, oh, I'm not a woman. I don't know. I wouldn't delve into that. It's a little interesting.
All of a sudden, I'm not a complete woman because my man left me for another man. No, that was just his preference.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let's throw another little bit of twist and spice into that. What if you're a woman and your man leaves you for a trans woman? How would that make you fucking feel?
I'm just so lost on all of this. I'm literally speechless. If your man left you for a trans woman,
that would be a great title episode.
What would happen if your man left you for a trans woman? Yeah, that's just clickbaiting.
I don't know. That's when we got 100,000 subscribers. I don't know.
Brain matter, and what if trans women are more attractive than real women to certain men?
There's this one guy, I can't remember, Royce something or whatever. He's on the same kind of like.
Text that to me. I'll make it the title of the episode.
Yeah. Text that to you?
Yeah, right now. Do it. You know, I know you're always making fucking notes.
Well, I drive. I'll get a little car sick.
Oh, damn it.
But this guy, Royce, or whatever, he's always saying some really crazy, like, outlandish shit. You know, it makes you think, like, is he serious? Is he not serious? But then he's, like, talking about how he would only hire women in his job. And he's like, trans women. And he's like, think about it. He's like, they're faster. They're smarter. They get all the, like, benefits of being a woman. And he even said, he's like, they're more attractive. He just like, he went off for a second. He's like, I'm going to hire all trans women. And I was like,
what?
And then another argument.
That's biased.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think about taking all the garbage out of the way, like what's best for your business? Another guy, I think, was talking about how he's like, these girls were talking about the wage gap. And he's like, honey, or he said something a little condescending at first, but then he's like, well, how come every business owner doesn't hire just women then? She's like, what do you mean? He's like, why wouldn't I do that? If I can hire you for 25% less than a man, why wouldn't I do that? He's like, that's ridiculous.
That's
every single
capitalism.
owner would be doing that. So there is no wage gap.
Yeah.
There's an earning gap because on average men work more dangerous jobs that pay more, and that's your choice. And that reminds me to another little, like, this guy was TikToking, walking around. He asked, like, a bunch of men and a bunch of women the same question. If all money was equal and you could have two jobs, one got paid $40,000 a year and you're in an office, nice little title and all that stuff, or you could clean out sewers for $100,000 a year.
Yeah, all the men were like, I'll go clean out sewers. I saw that.
Yeah, without hesitation. Every man was like...
And the women were like,
ew,
office job, thank you?
Exactly. So,
but then again, I believe it's the type of person that you're going to ask.
Yeah, I mean, there's some women I know that would, some females that would probably do that. And again, there's some men who'd be like, no.
Yeah, I am one of those guys who would take the $40,000 a year job and the nice office rather than $100,000 a year cleaning out muck. But I've spent the majority of my professional life cleaning out muck for like $20,000 a year. So, I mean,
again, that's
relative to my own experience.
Like,
yeah.
You say that, but at the end of the day, when you're, I really think, to me, I would try it. It would depend on how gross it was. Like, if I could do it without feeling like I had to scrub off my face.
Oh, no, you're literally going to want to take a Brillo pad to your face. Even if you have a respirator that's really good, you can still smell it and like, taste it in the air. It's disgusting.
It's in your disgusting. Yeah. See, that's the part I couldn't get away with. But you know what else is fucked up, Wayne? I could deal with dead bodies.
Yeah?
Oh, I could totally be that guy who chops up grandma and sells her leg to a university.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. That sounds fucking fucked up, but that is, you got to learn.
There are people out there that do that.
Yeah, you got to where your limits at. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain things that they're just gross or too much. I remember being like fucking 6th grade, and we were all dissecting a frog and shit, and literally had no effect on me. I'm sitting there eating chips, and people were like, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, it literally had no effect.
Yeah, I was of that mindset. I was like, oh, we're dissecting okay.
If it was personal, if I knew the person's body, that'd totally be different. Like, I could not, like, hack up my mom or my brother like that.
So I was about to say, it's different between grandma in general and your grandma.
Yeah, disassociation kind of thing. I totally get that. Absolutely. And I'd be the kind of person I could not, like... There's some strong people that could, like, handle a scenario with their family or whatever. I know. I'd completely fucking... Like, if I would have come across the scene, I'd be the one, like, holding the body all, like, like, blood everywhere on me and shit. Like,
crying and all that. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally fucking lose my mind.
And
I have before.
I was so prepared to go down a different talking points path today, but brain matter, dead bodies, and we touched on franchises, but we more focused on Tony leaving Martha for Fred or whatever the hell was going on with that conversation. I'm like, did you know that all the CIA documents are like out there for you, man?
Tartaria, bro. You've seen that? The CIA transcripts of the Great Tartaria Nation?
No.
Really? They have redacted CIA fucking files that talk about how the Russians literally wiped out the history of Great Tartaria.
Wow.
And energy and stuff, and the more you look into it, it's just obvious. Frequencies and fucking...
Alright, are we blipping and coming back, or are we going to...
I got a few more minutes, so I'm going to
call it
until...
Alright, let's blip and then come right back.
Absolutely.
Alright, and we're blipped. So poaching the good people and bringing them over to your business, just like, I love the way that you work, let's do this. Not today, not this morning. Nah.
I'm sorry, I have a little hard of hearing. What's that?
White and black cat. We're looking for a white and black cat. He does roam around here a lot. This is what happens when you record out in the wild.
Yeah, he usually sleeps on the trash can. I see him in my car a lot. Which is why all the professionals
he sleeps on this wall. Prefer to not do this. But
no problem, guys.
Here at Toast of the Weird, we're amateurs.
Aw.
Lost his white and black cat, huh?
There's that one that roams around and maybe we're looking for, hasn't come back or something. Because it had a home. I know it did.
Yeah. So what topic did you want to carry on?
So poaching people, so they call it headhunting. I actually just filled out a reference letter for one of the people at my work because they got headhunted by some other person. And I actually have to call back some regional manager or district manager from some other former employee because they're using me as a reference.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of... Throughout the years, I've talked to Homeland Security, Sheriff's Department, TPD, 5 or 6 other corporate people about references and shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually. I don't mind. Never mind. Even when someone's like, oh, hey, no, I'm like, I'll give you a great glowing reference to someone else. I don't care.
I actually had somebody use me as a reference that I have no idea who they were at all. They didn't even give me the courtesy of a heads up. And the person called me. This was years ago. This was back when I was leading crews. And they called me up and they were like, this person says that he worked with you. And I'm like, I have no idea who that person even is. It was a weird name too. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I might have worked with them, but I don't remember them. And they didn't tell me that they were gonna, use me as a reference.
I got you.
Still the military.
That's the second one, folks. There's something going on when they do interval pattern flying like that, so we don't get scared when they keep moving fucking shit back and forth 15 minutes in intervals kind of shit.
Yeah. So I'm all for headhunting though, because the guy, one of the coworkers that I have, I'd poach him if I could for the right business.
Just 4 people. I could literally I could have these people be in charge when we go off and do something else or make another one or whatever. And I would love to be like, hey, Marco, how you doing, man? Everything going great? This is my general manager of my East Side store. He's fucking great guy,
Yeah.
Me and the other owner got to go check up on the other fucking managers. You doing good, man? You got the number. I'll be back for my 10%.
What is that? There's one guy, there's a business owner going around that has a 131 process. And he talks about that, where he trusts his people to solve problems, and if they gotta come to him, he says, okay, what's your 131? What's your one problem? What's your 3 solutions? And what's your one outcome that you want to do? There's also another one, $50 fix or whatever. You give basically all your frontline managers the ability to spend $50 to fix a problem. If they don't know or can't do it, an irate customer comes in I didn't get mayo on my sandwich. I'm so sorry. Here's a $5 gift card. Hey, boss, I gave blah, blah, blah $5 gift card, to make them not be sad anymore, whatever the case. I thought that was a really good concept. Really cool concept.
We have a limit like that. And go up to 20. A lot of it has to do with, again, just how much autonomy do you have to solve problems on your own, because people don't need to talk to someone higher up. They just want you to give them something.
Yeah.
They want to be heard. They want you to know that they're justified in their complaint, and then they will gladly accept whatever you give them. Oh no, it's not necessary. No, you don't need to do that.
That's totally not necessary. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you in 20 minutes. No, but the guy's concept goes even higher and higher the higher up the food chain he goes. Like middle managers get $500, like store managers get $5,000 to fix the problem, that kind of a thing. And he even has stories where he's like, I got in trouble with these distributors because this manager spent $50,000 to solve this other issue, and that violated the contract here. So I had a bigger problem, but you know, if we didn't spend that $50,000, we would have lost like so much product and so much business, you know, so it was worth the $25,000 contract violation to save the $100,000 in sales. You know, he was happy to take that hit.
It's like trading with the enemy tax.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, you're going to get in trouble, but is the violation going to overshadow the profit? Then it's not an issue. It's just literally a cost of doing business. Mm-hmm. There's no moral quandary anymore. No one cares. Yeah. So what?
Well, I mean, we're sorry that we violated the contract. Here's the agreed upon fee, but because you guys didn't deliver, we had to do this. So yes, we were in the wrong in this particular situation because we went around you, but hey, come on, get with it now. Like,
at the same point in time, you're the guy I had a contract with. You know, so either I keep my contract faithful with you, or I lose my entire business and you don't get to keep my contract. So, sure, you want to charge me, or you know what, your fee was $25. How about we go half on that?
Yeah, you know? I'm sure they agreed upon something, but that was just the example that this gentleman was giving off, and I love looking at stuff like that.
And again, he knew making that choice or going with it that they would be pissed. But again, it's all about business. Again, that person you messed up, you're like, hey, I didn't do this because I wanted to. I did this because
we needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. And I enjoy business. I think I follow the Alex Hermosi model of just like, I love being business and business for business, right?
You have a good business mindset, Wayne. You really do.
I don't want to be the frontline sales guy, because I have been the frontline sales guy, and I can be the frontline sales guy, but that's not where my flow is. You know what I mean?
I'm in the same point. Like, I know management, I know the people, but I don't feel 100% on this. Is an ego thing. I don't feel that that's where I should be. I don't think that's my talent. I think that we both are big picture people.
Yeah. Well, that's we're not doers, and I think that's what drives me insane. You know?
I watched this one guy talk about how being lazy is the best way to run your business.
Dude, Bill Gates loves working with lazy people because they find the most efficient way to do something.
Yeah. This guy talked about, he's like, if I wasn't so lazy, he's like, I'll give you an example. He's like, I have business. He's like, and the chef quits.
I'm not going to be the chef. I've seen that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to go in there. And he's like, because I'm lazy. I can do that. He's like, I'm going to fucking hire someone to replace him because I'll get wrapped up doing this shit even though I could. He's like, and that's the same thing. He's like, you blow that up 10, 15 times, you're now running everything. Mm-hmm. He's like, you hire someone else.
Yeah.
Be lazy. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah.
So, oh man, I just lost it. I wonder how many opportunities I've lost just because my brain just like dumps everything that I was thinking about. It's part of my ADHD-tism.
Or something, because a lot of stuff just comes and goes, and it's a little blurb, and it's not our fault. That's the way.
Well, I'm telling you, dude, I've been thinking about buying a tough shed and making it a recording studio, to tell you the honest truth. That way we could have a desk and cameras and just write stuff down like as we're talking, like, there we go. A little bit of the tism, as it were. So, nope, it's gone. Sayonara. Domo arigato.
So Butterflies Are Ninjas?
Butterflies Are Ninjas is an amazing podcast.
I thought it was something about Sunday something. Maybe, I don't know.
Sunday Cool Teas. Sunday Cool Teas is I don't know if they're like piggybacking off of it or whatever.
Or someone's using like... Or maybe it's one of their social media accounts that they're promoting their own.
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows what it is? Who knows what it actually is? But the original podcast is The Ninjas Are Butterflies, and they're just like, did you know about this crazy conspiracy theory? It's totally wicked.
Yeah, it seems like the one guy, like the nose ring guy, comes up with a lot of the ideas, and there's a couple people that kind of chime off. One of them is his wife, apparently.
Yeah, and there's been episodes of that where she's just sitting there at the podcast thing, breastfeeding, and it's like...
Really? Okay.
It's so casual and so the vibe that I want to have.
That's
like,
real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, again, she's like, I can't do the podcast of breastfeeding. And he's probably just like,
and
bring the baby.
feed the baby. Make it normal.
Well, let's look at it from the other angle. You know how many proud women, mothers are sitting napping like, you go, girl.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm sitting there going, hell yeah, bring your baby to work day. That's the why of it. Because I'm pretty sure that they rock, you know, their little space and bring in some coin from YouTube and their socials. But anyway, there's the going off on a different tangent. I love the memes that you see where this mother is breastfeeding in public and she's asked to cover up, so she covers up her face instead of suffocating the baby. It makes total sense to me. Like, that's great.
I think it kind of goes along with the realistic ideal of a body. What I mean by that is no one has any concern seeing a man's nipples walking around, but you put some sort of girth and weight behind that, and now that's a boob, and you can't have that. And yet there are man boobs walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, so it just...
That's another meme I've seen where there's this big guy who's like, you should cover up your nipples. And the girl's like, what are you talking about? Your boobs are bigger than mine.
Cut it.
Cut it?
By 10, yeah.
We're out of here. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for sticking with us.